Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya.
Okay, good. All right. Mm. Yeah, go ahead, Brand, read this one for me.
Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Homage to the enlightened Buddha, perfect in wisdom and compassion. Homage to the noble Dhamma, the universal law the Buddha taught. Homage to the holy Sangha, the protectors of the noble Dhamma. To this triple gem I go for refuge. May the triple gem bless and protect me and my loved ones tonight. May we be free from harm and danger. May we overcome our difficulties. May we always meet with success. May we be blessed with good health, strength, peace, and happiness. May my parents, brothers, sisters, teachers, friends, and relatives be well and happy. May, may they be free from harm and danger. If they are faced with harm and danger, I wish they overcome their anxieties quickly.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Queen, please.
If they are faced with ill health, I wish that they regain good health soon. May the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha bless and protect them. Protect me and my loved ones tonight, O blessed. Keep us away from harm and danger. Let our sleep be peaceful, so that we awake in the morning refreshed in body and mind. If I have strayed from the true path, may I never do so again. If I have carelessly hurt someone today by word or deed, may I be more mindful the next time. O Buddha, the enlightened one, help me to set my heart right. May my actions reflect your love and compassion. I shall strive to cleanse my heart from hate and envy and live in harmony with all people. I shall be closer to Dharma in good as well as in difficult times. I know that should the moment come for me to leave the world, I shall do so without fear or regret, because I leave the world a better person than when I came into it.
Okay, good. How you been, Brandon? You came late then. Brandon, what happened?
I'm good, and I was accidentally on my phone, so
What?
yeah, I was looking at the time, and I was like, "Oh my god, 8:35."
So watch out the time, okay? Now
Sorry.
go back here. So we talk about the third precept. No, the second one, not stood still, right? So how about skip the third one because you guys still young. Actually, yeah, the fourth precept we talk about. Don't say anything that untruthful one. All right, go ahead. Brandon, read the fifth one, please.
The fifth precept is: do not use alcohol or any other stimulants.
Okay.
You live by the spirit of the five.
No, that's what's mean.
Oh, don't drink any alcohol or use or any other stimulants like drugs or like
You
weed.
ever try before?
Oh no, I'm clean.
You clear, huh? Okay. All right. I think I have a funny movie to share with you guys here. So that you can let me know what's going on here. Okay. Let's see here. Hmm. So, Bren, can you tell me what's going on here? Okay, Bren.
We can't hear it.
No, you won't hear the sound. Get yourself. Get the washes. Bren?
I can't really hear it.
No, no. It's the action. There's no sound. Don't look.
Oh,
Just look at this.
oh, I've seen this video before.
You did?
Yeah, it was like a guy who was like,
Hey, just wait. Okay.
he was like a guy kept grabbing into the hole.
Okay, Brent, what happened, Brent?
Well, this guy got a magical hole and he found out like what it does. It just like makes like a door
Okay.
to anywhere like you can't really reach. And then his final thing he did was he got money from the safe at his work
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted to grab more money at the end. So he went in, he was starting to go in by himself, and then the paper ripped off the safe. So now he's stuck in the safe.
Okay, what's the moral?
Don't be too greedy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think Aaron, keep a camera on, please, Aaron. So how about your school? At your school, Brandon, have you seen anybody mess around with weeds in the restroom
Restroom?
or out in the parking lot and so forth? They mess around.
The park. Well, it's mostly vaping.
Huh? Hyper?
It's mostly vaping.
Not weed.
Weed is they do it outside of school.
Not inside the school.
Weed
Well,
is too strong.
yeah, you can smell it very easily. So
Can you smell, Brand?
There was like one time in like the beginning of the school, I was like walking to one of my classes and then I could smell weed from a whole hall, like a whole, like my hallways are like really long and I could smell weed from like the cafeteria, like the cafeteria to like very far. I'm just saying, weed is very strong.
Mm-hmm. So how
I
about in
could,
school?
I could kind of smell it upstairs too. So,
No, I mean that at school, do they give you guys any kind of educational video clips about not touching them?
well, we learned like in the past years that weed isn't good for you
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that.
Why?
But like, because it contains like um drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is a drug, but like
When
it
have you
contains.
seen? I seen some guy and girl at the school. They smoke weed. Queen.
Um, only my friends saw in the restroom, but they didn't care that much.
Really? You smell?
I don't use the restroom that much, so I don't smell it off.
Hmm. Aaron, keep a camera, please. So, have you smelled before, Aaron?
Yes.
And then,
What happened?
yeah, at the school, what happened?
Uh, Nothing much. Unless they catch you, then you get in trouble.
Really? But you could smell, right?
Yes, I could smell it.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about you watch these video clips and let me know, okay? Let's say here, Aaron, okay, tell them what happened. Okay, Aaron.
In cannabis, one of the plant's chemicals known as THC passes from the lungs into the bloodstream. The THC is then carried by the blood to the brain, where it acts on specific cannabinoid receptors. These receptors are found in areas of the brain associated with concentration, thinking, time perception, coordination, memory, and sensory pleasures. The effects of THC activation in these areas is responsible for the high that people feel. But besides creating an altered state of mind, something else happens. In the United States, according to a 2018 survey, 1 in 8 adolescents aged 12 to 17 consumed marijuana in the past year. In 12th grade, about 1 in 16 do so daily. So what's the problem? Even super smart people smoke, right? Let's look at the effect of cannabis on a teenager's brain. The brain's response to counter the effects of THC impairs its attention, its ability to remember, and its potential for learning. These effects can last up to several days. This would not be such a problem if our brain ran like a machine, but that's not the case. The brain is a living organism, maybe the most precious one there is. In teenagers, that organism is still immature. It takes about 25 years for the human brain to be fully developed. This is why when teenagers and adults argue, they often come to different conclusions. There is a biological reason for that. Adults have a fully developed prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that is responsible for judgment and an awareness of long-term consequences. The cortex of teenagers is still growing. They are more influenced by their already matured limbic system, which responds to fears and emotions. If the developing brain is exposed to a lot of THC, the part responsible for controlling emotions may never reach its full potential. This can have long-term consequences and effects on one's measurable intelligence, learning, and judgment. One study that followed 13-year-olds for 25 years has found that those who regularly consume marijuana lose on average 5.8 IQ points by the time they reach adulthood. Since our average IQ is just 100, that is enough to shut the door to a good college or close the opportunity to work at a great company. But that's not all. There is also evidence that some teenagers that use cannabis are at higher risk of developing depression or even a psychosis. A psychosis changes the way the brain processes information and causes you to lose touch with reality. You can see and hear things that aren't real and may completely lose your mind. In short, the high of cannabis comes with a multitude of side effects. Some might be fun, some might be healing, and some are potentially horrible. We don't always know. If you want to live life with the ultimate learning machine inside your head, you might want to wait until your mind is fully developed before trying weed. What are your thoughts? Did you ever try cannabis as a teenager? And if so, do you think it did damage to your mind or not? Please share your experiences in the comments below.
Okay, Aaron, what's up, Aaron?
Well, it talks about the effects of weed,
Okay.
especially on teenage brains, and it's more serious for teenagers because their main argument says that teenagers, their brain is not fully developed compared to like an adult, and so that causes them to have elusive control of their feelings and thoughts compared to adults. But either way, whether you're an adult or a teen, the um, the chemicals involved in weed use, it affects your daily life because it really makes you get into what people call like a high state.
Mm.
And so you won't be able to focus. You won't be able to learn. You won't be able to have full
Deal with the
capability.
IQ. How to deal with the IQ number?
Oh, your IQ is what?
You remember that part, the part about the IQ?
It says, yeah, it says it lowers
How
compared to average.
how
100.
and how many points of IQ they may lose?
I
Remember?
forgot the number.
Brandon? Cannot hear you, Brandon. What's
Oh, I was in 5.8.
yeah, 5.8 IC.
It's like 6
No,
points.
no. Yeah, 5.L 100, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Oh, do I join
No.
room 3?
Don't click on anything, okay? Don't click on stay out here, okay? Megan, how you been, Megan?
I've been okay.
Yeah, Megan. Oh, Quyên, can you summarize what we just watched for Megan, please, Quyên?
It was mostly about how teenagers' brains aren't like mature enough more than adults,
Mm-hmm.
and then how taking weed or smoking weed can like lower your IQ.
Okay. It may affect to your decision making later on when you get older, right? Yes, because all of you are in teens age now, right? Megan, have you ever tried to drink before, Megan?
No.
No, never, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see here. Quyên, I have actually more than 1 minute video clip and you can share with them, okay? Quyên, are you ready, Quyên?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It affects both inhibitory and excitatory neurotransmitters such as glutamate and GABA, which is why you feel less inhibited and less coordinated after a few drinks. Alcohol's effects on the brain may also cause slurred speech, poor judgment, confusion, slowed reaction times, worsened motor performance, and blurry vision. Teenagers who drink are even more susceptible to alcohol's negative effects because their brains are still developing. Two parts of the brain that are particularly affected by alcohol during the teenage years are the hippocampus and the prefrontal lobe. The hippocampus plays a pivotal role in learning and memory formation. Studies of adolescents show that heavy and extended alcohol use is associated with a 10% reduction in the size of the hippocampus. It also shows that the function of the hippocampus is uniquely sensitive to alcohol at this age, and that alcohol may be poisonous to its nerve cells, damaging or destroying them. As a result, teenagers who regularly drink have difficulty creating new, lasting memories or recalling information. The prefrontal lobe is important for planning, judgment, decision making, impulse control, and language. This area of the brain continues to change during the teenage years and into the early 20s. Research with heavy drinking adolescents showed that these young people have smaller prefrontal lobes than young people of the same age who do not drink. While research tells us alcohol can damage the developing brain, it is not clear how much alcohol it takes to do this. So avoiding alcohol during the teenage years is certainly the safest choice. If you or a loved one is suffering from alcohol addiction or abuse, call our helpline.
Hey, go ahead, Quyên, what's about?
It was about teenagers who drinks early can affect their hippocampus and their prefrontal lobe. If drinking alcohol can like for the hippocampus can like do a 10% reduction.
Okay.
And the hippocampus function is uniquely sensitive to teenage drinking alcohol. And like alcohol can poison their like nerves brains or something, which would be difficult creating memories or recalling information.
Okay.
And then yeah.
Okay. So, Brandon, what happened, Brandon? What happened? Alcohol that may affect to your brain.
It makes your, I think the frontal, no, hippocampus, right?
Yeah, hippocampus. Yeah.
Hippocampus, it makes it 10 times or no, 10% smaller.
And what happened then?
makes you makes it.
System, right?
You said what? Sorry.
It affected the nerve system, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How?
Your nervous system.
Use your memory, remember, right?
I was gonna say it affects your memory, makes you forget a lot of things.
Yeah, that's why you have to be careful. You have to take care of your own body and mind, right? Especially you in the teenage. Yeah. So, Meg, the video clip is about the vapor. So, can you summarize for me? Megan, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you. This one is electronic cigarette and vaping. Vaping, right?
Have been smoking for at least 7,000 years, but it wasn't until the 1800s that cigarettes became the smoke of choice after machines were developed to mass produce them. 200 years later, in 2003, the electronic cigarette was invented in China. And since then, the use of e-cigarettes, also called vaping, has grown exponentially around the world. E-cigarettes are electronic devices that vaporize a flavored liquid. They all used to look like cigarettes, but now they come in many shapes and sizes. Many look like pens or small boxes called mods. What they all have in common is 1, a power source, usually a lithium battery. 2, an atomizer, which heats the e-liquid. 3, e-liquid or e-juice, which usually contains flavors and nicotine. And 4, a cartridge or tank, which is filled with e-liquid. Heating the e-liquid creates a cloud of vapor that looks like smoke, but without a lot of the lethal components contained in tobacco smoke. Many people assume e-cigarettes are safer than traditional cigarettes because they don't burn anything or create tar in your lungs. But it took almost 7,000 years for humans to realize that tobacco causes lung cancer, throat and mouth cancer, causes heart attacks and strokes, and damages the lungs. E-cigs, meanwhile, have only been around a little over a decade, so there just hasn't been enough time to figure out what effects they'll have on your body. We do know that e-cigarettes deliver nicotine, just like the traditional cigarettes, causing increased heart rate and blood pressure. Nicotine also has powerful effects on the brain. It releases rewarding neurotransmitters in the brain, like dopamine, and changes brain chemistry. It is a stimulant, making people feel more alert, but when it goes away, people crave it even more. It can interfere with the body's own natural ability to make dopamine, and soon the user needs nicotine just to feel normal. The developing brain of teenagers is the most vulnerable. Effects. The powerful addictive nature of nicotine is so high that it's comparable to heroin and cocaine. Besides nicotine, e-cigarettes contain chemical solvents. When heated very high by some of the new e-cigarette devices, these solvents can be transformed into formaldehyde, which is a carcinogen. It causes cancer. These observations are concerning, but we really do not know what the long-term effects from inhaling these chemicals into your lungs will be. E-cigs contain many other chemicals to generate enticing flavors. In fact, there are almost 8,000 different flavors available today, so we don't know very much about many of them. We do know that some of the butter flavorings contain diacetyl, which is famous for causing popcorn lung. Popcorn lung is a disease called bronchiolitis obliterans, which is basically an irreversible scarring and destruction of the delicate lung tissue that can kill you. Strawberry and other healthy sounding fruit flavors have been found to be cytotoxic and potentially cancer causing as well. Vaping devices, or specifically the lithium batteries inside them, may explode unpredictably. Although uncommon, this happens frequently enough that e-cigarettes have been banned from luggage on airplanes. Unpredictable explosions have occurred in people's faces and mouths and resulted in serious injuries, including blindness. With these potential risks of e-cigarettes, the addictive nicotine, the exploding batteries, the carcinogenic liquids, why would any company want you to use them?
Okay. Megan, what's about Megan?
They're talking about cigarettes, and then when e-cigarettes or like vape, like vapors, I don't know, when they were like made, and how many people thought that even though it doesn't have like tobacco in it, it still like produces nicotine, and that it's actually not safer than normal cigarettes, but can actually be more dangerous than real ones. And they also just talk about how dangerous like smoking and vaping can be to your body, and how it can cause all these like sicknesses like cancer and like popcorn lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And like how you shouldn't do it.
You seen some of your buddies from some of your friends vaping before?
Yeah.
Really? Did you try to stop them?
It was I didn't like see it in person. Like it was like a video.
Okay, just watch it live.
Sales of e-cigarettes approach $8 billion per year and are increasing. The truth is, tobacco cigarettes kill about 50% of people who use them. So tobacco companies, known as Big Tobacco, need to keep recruiting young people to become addicted in order to stay in business. Here are some actual documented quotes from tobacco executives. We don't smoke that shit. We just sell it. We reserve the right to smoke for the young, the poor, and the stupid. The base of our business is the high school student. The fragile self-image of the young person needs all the support it can get. Smoking may appear to enhance that self-image. Studies show that when people start to smoke in their teens, they become addicted and stay smokers as they grow older. Even those who swear they will never become addicted. Many of the same strategies that Big Tobacco used to hook your grandparents into smoking tobacco cigarettes have simply been modified and are being used today with an e-cig in place of a tobacco cig. E-cigarettes come in candy and dessert flavors like Skittles, gummy bears, and vanilla cupcake, directly aimed at teens. Ads always show thin, beautiful people vaping. Even the strategic use of humor is being successfully used to get customers on their side. The bottom line is that we are all faced with important personal choices every day. We don't yet know everything we need to know to make informed decisions about many things, but we can resist being manipulated. Take your time when making your own personal decisions. It can make all the difference.
Okay, Megan, what's about the rest of that? What's that?
They're talking about how the people who sell like cigarettes or they're like, oh, we don't smoke ourselves, we just sell them to the people who are like young, stupid, and poor. Just like for the money, because they're like, oh, we're doing nothing wrong because we're not smoking ourselves. Therefore, there's nothing wrong with other people smoking because it's not us.
Okay. Have you watched this video clip before?
Not exactly that one, but yeah, I have.
And so can you convince your friends whoever try to smoke or vaping, or they do their own business?
Honestly, like kids my age, if they were to smoke or vape and someone told them to stop, they would probably be like, okay, I'll stop. And then they won't stop. So honestly, I don't really see a point. Like I'll maybe say it once if it's like someone that I really do know. But I know like what people would do and they probably wouldn't stop anyway. So
Aaron, you do exercise out there? So what have if you see your buddies vaping, would you stop them or yell to them and throw that away, or just let them do by themselves?
My friends, I would, I would, I mean, for me, I would say, actually, I wouldn't say anything.
What's that?
It's
You don't
like,
mind the
I
music?
wouldn't say anything.
Really?
What?
And you just let them to burn their lung?
Uh, well, I guess like if it's like to the point where I see that it's like horrible, then I would make some sort of passive comment about it. But I
But you
don't think I would like take. I don't think I would take any like force or action to like tell them to stop.
you never seen a real body that vape or smoke, right? Only the one that at the school, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not associated with anyone that smokes,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. How are you,
it never
Brent?
happened to me.
Brand, you say is you mind your own business. You don't care whoever. That's their business, right? Or you give them some advice, suggestion to stop.
Advice and suggestions.
But what if they yell at you? They scold you.
Well, I'd rather them try to scold me or something like that than me not trying, and then in their life, in their future, their life is gonna be miserable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the one that at your school, not your close friends, right?
Most of them aren't, but I know a lot of people. So most of them are not really friends of mine, but like I still have a lot of friends at my school.
Mm. So, Brandon, you say that you saw a lot of them vaping, right? Have you ever tried to tell them or warn them or stop them?
I mean, most of my friends that I see that do it, I don't stop them. But there was old like, cause I'm close with him, right? I was like, oh, you shouldn't do that, and he was like, yeah, and he stopped. He listened to me, so because that's a friend I mostly care about. So I mean, I would say, but the other friend, I mean, that's their choice, really. So
You don't, yeah, if you them, you mind your own business. You don't talk about that one, right?
if it's not close friend, if it's not that close friends,
Okay, Aaron, are you ready for Zen story, Aaron?
I am.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Um, are these bad times? Are these bad times or good times? The story of the Zen farmer. When we stop trying to coerce life to go exactly the way we want, we naturally experience a greater sense of fluidity and ease, no matter what happens. Just like the Zen farmer.
Yeah, read this.
There once was an old Zen farmer. Every day, the farmer used his horse to help work his fields and keep his farm healthy. But one day, the horse ran away. All the villagers came by and said, "We're so sorry to hear this. This is such bad luck." But the farmer responded and said, "Bad luck, good luck. Who knows?" The villagers were confused but decided to ignore him. A few weeks went by, and then one afternoon, when the farmer was working outside, he looked up and saw his horse running toward him. But the horse was not alone. The horse was returning to him with a whole herd of horses. So now the farmer had 10 horses to help work his fields. All the villagers came by to congratulate the farmer and said, "Wow, this is such good luck." But the farmer responded, "Good luck, bad luck. Who knows?" A few weeks later, the farmer's son came over to visit and help his father's work on the farm. While trying to tame one of the horses, the farmer's son fell and broke his leg. The villagers came by to commiserate and said, "How awful! This is such bad luck." Just as he did the first time, the farmer responded, "Bad luck, good luck. Who knows?" A month later, the farmer's son was still recovering. He wasn't able to walk or do anything manual labor to help his father around the farm. A regiment of the army came marching through town, conscripting every able-bodied young man to join them. When the regiment came to the farmer's house and saw the young boy's broken leg, they marched past and left him where he lay. Of course, all the villagers came by and said, "Amazing, this is such good luck. You're so fortunate." And you know the farmer's response by now? Bad luck, good luck. Who knows?
It's funny, right? Go ahead, Aaron. Hi, Ken. Philippine Ken.
Uh,
Ken,
to
wait.
summarize,
Ken, your Caden, tell him to log in. Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
to summarize, um, summarize. So it started with the Zen farmer, and he had a farm, and he regulated a farm, his own farm, and he had one horse who helped him keep his crops healthy and harvest the crops on the farm. But then one day, that one horse ran away, and all the villagers came to him and said, oh, this is such bad luck. But then the farmer said one response every time something fortunate or unfortunate happened to him. He just said, good luck, bad luck, who knows? So the next time something happened, it was when his horse came back and 9 other horses. And so, of course, the villager said, wow, you're such good luck. And then another time, the son broke his leg. And then the villager said, this is bad luck. And then one time the army came and asked for a man to go fight. But of course, his son had his leg broken. So this is good luck. And so, the moral is that the Zen farmer, he's in flow state. It's not neither bad luck or good luck. It's just the flow of his life.
Yeah. So what you learned from this farmer Zen?
I learned that fixation on any moment could be detrimental. But this farmer, he was not fixated on anything. He was just said, I see. And he went on his day.
Ken, keep a cam on, Ken. Your brother there, Ken. We cannot hear you, Ken.
Yeah, I just got back from basketball. I'm sorry.
Okay. Brandon, can you tell Ken what we learned today? Keep a cam on, Ken. Yeah.
Like everything we learned today.
The smoking, the vaping, the alcohol, how it affect your brain when you are still chin.
So today we learned about one of the out of the five precepts. The last one is about not to use alcohol, any substances, which is like drugs or smoking weed. So we talked about the first thing we talked about was the effects of weed on the teenage brain and how it affects the teenage brain, and obviously it's negative because weed affects your brain chemistry. I think one of the facts or statistics was that if you use weed at early age, your IQ can drop up to like 6 IQ points from the average of 100. And then we talked about the use of alcohol, right, and how that also affects the teenage brain in a negative way. Affects the nervous system of how you can you have a bad memory, right? Can't remember a lot of things. And then finally, we talked about the use of cigarettes and vape and how those negatively affect the brain and the body overall.
So Ken, you have any close friends that smoke or vape? The electronic, you know what's electronic cigarette?
Oh yeah, vape, e-cigarettes.
What happened? You tried before?
No, usually I'm not friends with those type of people. I like, when I'm like with my like perspective of like finding new friends. Like when I came to high school, I always thought about the first thing I thought about is that they don't vape. So
That's good. What happened if they invite you to join you?
I just say no. I just don't. I just can't do that. You know.
Just test out. They say just test out. How you feel? How you test it?
I don't. I just say like I forgot how to say. I just say that I know like there's those other things I used to be addicted of like candy. Like I used to eat a lot of candy. So I know like you try it once, you're gonna always eat it or something like that. Same thing with vaping. If you're gonna vape, you're gonna do it once, you're gonna keep on doing after. So
Remember, right? Be careful, right? They may mess up candy with wheat, right? And
yeah,
make you addicted, and you need to buy those things, right?
yeah.
Brand, what you learned about the Zen's farmer?
Uh,
What's about him?
I don't think my His video was working.
Yeah. Okay, Quyên, what you learn about that story, Quyên? The Zen farmer, what you learn about that, Quyên? Okay, Brandon, do you remember what you learned about that story?
The master story.
Summarize for Ken, what's about? We cannot hear you, Brandon.
Just the first part, but I think maybe the farmer went to go get horses or something. Horse, and then he came back with 10 other horses.
Okay.
And back to the village, right? And the villagers said, "Oh, that's so good. You have such good luck." And the farmer said, "Oh, good luck, bad luck, who knows?" And then one day, while the farmer's son was helping out, the farmer's son fell and I think sprained or broke his leg, right? Even 1 month later, it was still healing. The villager said, "Oh, we were so sorry. That's such bad luck." Farmer said, "Oh, good luck or bad luck, who knows?" Then one day, the army came looking for able-bodied men, so like people or like men that like didn't have anything wrong with them, I guess, right? That weren't physically disabled. So whenever they passed by the farmer, the army went back past them because they saw that the son had a broken leg. And the villagers were like, "Oh my God, that's such good luck that you don't have to go to the war, right? Have to get recruited." And the farmer was like, "Oh, good luck, bad luck, who knows?"
What's the moral?
The moral is that even though the farmer got the good luck, right? He got all the horses. He missed having being recruited by the army. He was very calm, right? Even in bad times when his son broke his leg and it was taking long to heal, he still kept his posture, right? He kept his morals, I guess, of being like uplifted, right? Saying or being calm, saying, "Oh, luck, bad luck, who knows?" It was Aaron said like flow state. So
keep the mind at peace, right? Keep the mind calm, right? No matter what happened, right? Whether it's good luck, bad luck, whether disaster come or a fortune come, right? Just accept that, right?
yeah.
Okay, Ken, I have a video clip. Can you watch and summarize for me, okay, Ken?
Yeah.
Thank you. Where's your brother?
He's using the restroom right now.
Okay.
In the Buddha's time, there was a monk who was thinking about leaving the order. He no longer had the motivation to continue his practice. When his monk friends heard this, they brought him to see the Buddha. The Buddha then asked, "Is it true, monk? Is it true that you are thinking of quitting?" "Yes, sir. I have lost all my will and motivation." Then the Buddha said, "Monk, in the old days, the wise and good were able to win the throne through dedication, determination, and will." And at the monk's request, the Buddha told a story of the past. A long time ago, when Brahmadatta was reigning in Benares, the Bodhisattva was born to the queen. She gathered many wise Brahmins to give predictions of the child's future. Every Brahmin foretold that this child would be guaranteed a glorious destiny, and upon the king's death, This child would be peerless in all the lands of Jampudipa. Because of this prophecy, the prince was named Prince Banjawuta, or Prince Five Weapons. When he was 16 years old, the king said, "My son, it is time for you to go out into the world and expand upon your studies. You need life experiences, and you need to be taught by the wisest of the wise. Father, your wish is my command. May I ask, with whom am I to study? Take some gold and go to the world-renowned teacher in Takasilan. Learn all that you can." "Yes, my lord." And so, the young prince traveled to Takasila and gained a master. His master taught him wisdom. His master taught him elite bow skills, masterful sword skills, spear skills, mace skills. After his lessons were complete, the master armed Panjawuta with 5 weapons. Panjawuta then set out to return to Benares. On his way, Panjawuta came upon a dark and overgrown forest. There, he met a scared traveler who said, "Master, do not venture into this forest. There's an ogre here named Hairy Grip. The ogre kills everyone who enters his territory." Panjawuta had no fear in his heart. He knew he had trained well and was willing to put his faith in his hard work and training. He entered the forest, ready to encounter what he may. Once he got deep into the forest, he saw huge footprints on the ground. All around the forest floor, he could see the remains of many humans and creatures. As he pressed forward, Manjawuta saw a huge ogre. The monster made himself appear as tall as a palm tree. His head was huge, and he had eyes like bulls. He had 2 sharp tusks like the beaks of hawks. His body was covered with long curly hair. Manjawuta immediately sprang to action. He pulled out his trusty bow and notched an arrow. He said, "Monster, you will be my prey." And he let his arrows fly. The arrows merely stuck to the ogre's body hair and did not even touch his skin. Undaunted, Panjawuta pulled out his 2 swords and charged at the ogre. However, Panjawuta was not able to cut through the body hair that caught his swords. Panjawuta left his swords hanging from the ogre's hands and leapt back to gather himself. The ogre laughed.
Silly human, what can you do to me?
Next, Panjawuta grabbed his heavy spear and hurled it at the ogre. However, just like the swords and arrows, The spear could not penetrate the hair on the ogre. Panjawuta then grabbed his powerful mace and swung it around, gathering momentum. However, Panjawuta was not able to cause any damage to the ogre. Panjawuta's arm became entangled in the hair of the ogre. Not accepting defeat, Panjawuta struck out with his free left arm. That too became caught in the hair of the ogre. Panjawuta lashed out with a powerful kick, but that too became caught in the hair. Using his last remaining weapon, Panjawuta kicked at the ogre with his left foot, which also got stuck in the ogre's hand. The ogre laughed, seeing Panjawuta fully stuck. The ogre thought to himself,
This human is no ordinary human. Even after he encountered defeat after defeat, he never wavered. He did not exhibit even a modicum of fear. Ever since I began slaying travelers, I have never encountered one such as him.
The ogre then asked Panjawuta,
Do you not fear death, young Brahmin?
Panjawuta shouted back, Why should I be afraid of death? All beings must die. What is the use of being afraid of something we cannot avoid? No, ogre, I am not afraid. I have within me a powerful weapon, one that you could never digest if you eat me. My death will also lead to great suffering for you. With this, Panjawuta was referring to the sword of knowledge, which was inside of him. The ogre thought,
The young Brahmin is fearless and speaks the truth. I cannot eat even a small bite of such a valiant hero.
he said to Panjawuta,
Young Brahmin, you are a lion amongst men. I will not eat you. Go from my hand and return to gladden the hearts of your kin.
Yes, ogre, I will leave. As for you, it is your own sins in previous births that caused you to be a ravenous, murderous, flesh-eating ogre. If you continue to sin in this life, you will go from darkness to darkness. Know that to destroy life is to guarantee birth in hell. As an ogre or a fallen spirit, or if you find yourself in the world of men, that sin will cut your life short. The ogre reflected upon Panjawuta's words and sank to his knees at the realization of the truth. He promised to follow the 5 precepts that Panjawuta taught him, and sought to never do evil again. Upon hearing Panjawuta's advice, the ogre became a protector of the forest and the travelers within. The ogre would guide travelers and make sure they arrived safely to their destinations. As for Panjawuta, he returned to the great city of Benares and eventually became king. He lived the rest of his days as a righteous ruler and always cared for his parents. At the end of his life, Panjawuta was reborn according to the karma he earned. The end of the lesson, Buddha said, when no attachment hampers the heart or mind, when righteousness is practiced, peace is won. He who so walks shall gain victory. All the attachments will be utterly destroyed. At the end of his teachings, the monk internalized the Buddha's words and became an arahant.
Okay, go ahead, Ken, summarize what's about.
Okay, so basically the story started off with a monk saying that he wanted to quit. He wanted to quit his studying, but so then other monks had brought him to the Buddha, and the Buddha taught him a story about there was a baby in a village that was known. I think they said that he was like the next. I don't know. He had a prophecy, and so he grew up. So then when he grew up to be around 16, his dad wanted him to go out and explore. So he did, and then on his journey, he went to a forest where he met a stranger that warned him that he shouldn't go to the forest because there is an ogre that I think that will kill people that try to go to his territory, that try to walk into his territory. So, but he wasn't really scared of, or at all. So he went in there with all thinking that he was gonna be fine, and he was gonna he was gonna just use everything that he's learned growing up. Then when he met the ogre, he went right into he instantly brought out a bow and tried to shoot him, but it didn't work. And then he tried to use his swords, but they also didn't work. And then he tried to throw a spear that didn't work as well. So then he used this, like, I don't know what it's called, there's like a big like spiky ball. He's going to use that, but then before he could, the ogre used his hand and use his hair on the hand to catch his arm. And he tried to punch with his left arm, but he couldn't because the ogre used his other hand to tangle his arm. So then I think he just talked the ogre out, saying that he had his, I forgot what was inside. I think he had like a sword or something inside him. So the ogre didn't want to eat him. And then the ogre let him free. He told him to go back to his village. But then the prince, he said that he would go back uh if the ogre would change his way of like living. So after that, the monk regained his motivation to keep on studying.
What happened if you were in that situation like the prince? Would you give up on the way?
You can't really give up. I mean,
Mhm.
some people would give up because they think there's just nothing to do. But I mean, me personally, I would keep on trying to look for something to do. Like what he did, I talked my way out. I would talk my way out.
Not easy, right?
Yeah.
What happened when you play football games and your team lost every games? What happened?
Usually we're not allowed to talk on our way back after the game. And we get yelled at the whole week.
Really?
Yeah.
And what happened if no one want to play anymore? So this team will be dissolved or disorganized. No one want to play anymore if the team lost all the games.
Um uh Maybe there'll be some kids, but with our team, we have a lot of players that really want to play to the next level, so they'll keep on trying. And if they hear about a teammate that's trying to leave, we'd always try to talk their way back into joining football. I mean, last season we lost, I think, 3 players.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 3, 4 players because they just weren't able to play. They just weren't good enough, and coaches wouldn't put them in. So they said, you know what? There's no way for us to play here because coaches don't want us to play. So we're just going to go to a different school, or they're just going to say, I'm going to give up playing football. But we always try to make them stay and just work harder to earn their spot.
Aaron, are you there, Aaron? We don't see your face, Aaron.
I am here.
Oh, really? How could you use that? Is that
I don't know. I was looking around. I was messing around and then I saw this and I tried it out.
really? Well,
Yes.
so you play soccer. What happened if some of you guys broke your legs and the team lost then?
Then we had to break the other team's legs. It's a
Okay.
team sport. We have to be each other's backs, you know? But of course we can't do that. Of course. So instead we had to go home and heal, and then our parents had to yell at us, and then we had to pay a lot of money to go to the doctor. Yep.
The parents yell at your guy too, right?
Yes.
So Brent, what happened if you do the marching band and someone give up because they so tired or they busy? What happened then? And the band will be disorganized. What happened then?
We get yelled at.
Really? Okay, Megan, what kind of sport you play, Megan?
I play tennis.
What's that?
Huh?
What kind of sport do you play?
I play tennis.
What happened if you lost all the times? You give up?
No.
Yeah. So usually you be winner or you usually half and half?
I definitely don't win all the time, but
Okay, Quyên.
I don't lose a lot.
Good. Half and half, right? Quyên, what kind of sport you play, Quyên?
I'm quite too busy to play any sports.
You too busy to play the sport?
Yeah.
Okay, it's time up and let's finish up. Go ahead. Sorry, that is not this one. Not for you guy. So go ahead, Brendan. Can you say the first one, please, Brendan? The palm together, please, ahead, Brendan.
To the Buddha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings understand the great way profoundly and bring forth the Bodhi mind.
Aaron, the second one, please, Aaron.
To the Dharma I return and rely, vowing that all living beings deeply enter the sutra treasury and have wisdom like the sea.
Brent, the last one, please, Brent.
To the Sangha I return and rely, vowing that all living beings form together a great assembly, one and all in harmony.
Thank you. All right, Megan, can you say that, please, Megan?
May I have may I have a good like rest year of school.
May I have a good rest of the school.
Perfect.
May I be healthy,
May I be healthy.
May be healthy.
and may I not. Actually, never mind. That's the same thing. And may I have fun this weekend.
May
May I have fun this weekend.
Okay, Quyên, my parents, please. Quyên.
May our parents eat well.
May our parents.
Well,
May our parents stay hydrated.
our parents stay hydrated.
May our parents get good sleep.
Our parents get good sleep.
And may our
My
parents
parents get sleep.
stable.
Okay, Brendan, my weekend, please.
May our weekends be relaxing.
May our weekends be relaxing.
May our weekends be long.
Our weekends be long.
May our weekend be what was it? Fun. May our weekends be
May we can be fun and may we can be long.
Thank you. Thank you, one. Thank you.
I don't know why I'm here. I said okay, so we're gonna do the reading first.
Yeah, show them first, Lily. Show them the reading first.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so we're gonna do the reading first, and then we're gonna watch a video and then another video. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Who wants to read this? Okay, Sophie, go. Sophie, you can read it.
From the day when he decided that he wanted to leave the palace, the prince lost all interest in watching the dancing girls and such other pleasures. He kept on thinking instead about how to free himself and others from sickness, aging, and death. Finally, he decided he had to leave the palace and his family to become a homeless monk in order to understand life and what caused suffering.
Good job. Okay, can someone summarize what she just read? I'm gonna pick a person. And let me see. Lana, do you know what the story is about?
So let me summarize it. So it's all about when Buddha turned away from a lot of pleasures, like dancing girls, to understand, and he became a homeless monk to understand life and what caused suffering.
Okay, Slay. Good job. Okay, now we're going to watch this video.
Now we're going to finish it.
Yeah, and then make sure you guys pay attention because we need to summarize it after. Okay, let's start, guys.
You would truly be an arahant. Oh, I realize my fault. Please may the Buddha allow me to take ordination and teach me the Dharma. You are the master of a great hermitage with many followers. You should make this known to all of them.
Hey, these robes and fire-worshipping implements must have washed down the river from where my two elder brothers live. Something must have happened to them. Brother Urvela! Brother Nati!
Oh, Gaia, your two elder brothers have found the right way of the Dharma. Quickly bring your 200 followers to approach the Buddha, the one who illuminates the path. O bhikkhus, all things are burning.
You want to use your computer
Contact
now?
with the eyes, ears, nose, tongue,
It's ready.
body, and mind are burning. Feelings, mental formations, and consciousness,
I have it ready
whether
for
pleasant,
you. You want to come back in your room?
painful, or neither pleasant nor painful, are burning, burning with lust, hatred, and delusion, burning with birth, aging, and death, burning with sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. The well-taught noble disciple, seeing this, becomes weary of thoughts and feelings. Being weary, he releases his clinging. Releasing his clinging, his heart is freed.
Oh, the Buddha has come to stay right here. When I was a young prince, I made 5 wishes. 1. May I be crowned king of the Magadha state. 2. May the Buddha come to my land. 3. May I have an audience with the Buddha. 4. May the Buddha teach me the Dhamma. And 5. May I realize his teachings. It seems that all of my wishes are about to be fulfilled. Follow me. We're going to seek out the Buddha and ask for his teaching.
Dana, or giving, has forgiveness as its highest form. If one develops giving along with forgiveness, one becomes gentle and restrained, and one's heart becomes cool. This is because one has to let go of one's attachment to material things and to one's sense of self.
And now, all of my wishes have been fulfilled. Oh yes, your teaching fills me with the greatest joy. Please, may I invite the Lord Buddha and all of the bhikkhus to have a meal in my palace tomorrow morning. The Lativana Park where you're staying is far from the city. It is not convenient for the faithful lay people to visit. Please, may I offer the Veluvana Park to you. The Veluvana Park is cool, shady, and very large, not far from the city, but still quiet and peaceful. Please, give me your permission to build a monastery for you here.
Oh, this is the great Velvana Monastery. A solid foundation for Buddhism has now been laid. Since I, Asaji, left the Buddha at the Deer Park in Isapatana in order to go and spread his teachings, I've not met with him at all.
Okay, guys. So interesting video. So can someone summarize that story? I mean, the video that we just watched.
So it's about Buddha teaching defying worshiping people about like the Dharma, and the other part is when he got into a palace, got into and bumped into another guy, and he had 5 wishes,
Mhm.
and when they were at the palace, he's like washing Buddha's hand with the little vase thing. It's a little thing. And then the third part is when another guy made the fire worshiping place he was about to spread Buddha's teachings.
Yeah.
And that was the end.
Yeah, good job. That was very good, guys. Okay, we're gonna watch another video, but this time they can't summarize. Someone else has to because they're too good for you guys. Okay, so we need someone else to summarize this one. Okay. Okay. So let's watch this one.
The Singing Donkey.
Wow.
Once upon a time, there lived a donkey that belonged to a washerman. He became friends with a fox. The donkey was older in age than the fox, and so out of respect, the fox addressed him as Chachaji, which means uncle. The donkey in turn called the fox Bhatija or nephew. During one of their nighttime outings, they found themselves in a cucumber farm. They ate fresh cucumber with relish. For the next couple of weeks, the donkey and the fox went to the farm every night to eat the fresh cucumbers. Oh, these cucumbers are so delicious. I cannot stop eating them, Chachaji, said the fox one night. Yes, Bhatija, but look at the sky with the dazzling full moon, replied the donkey. It is so beautiful that I feel like singing. Dear Chachaji, please don't do that, begged the fox. If the guard hears you, we will be in big trouble. Let's just stay quiet and enjoy these cucumbers. Bhatija, it is so beautiful that I cannot stop myself, said the donkey, and cleared his throat to sing. Don't be silly, Chachaji. You know your voice isn't melodious. Your singing will only make the guard angry, warned the fox. What do you know about music and melody? You do not even know how to appreciate the beauty of music, replied the donkey in a hurt voice. Now, Chachaji, please stop it and be sensible. Your singing will get us in big trouble. I know I sing very well. Sit down and listen to me, my dear Bhatija, and then you will know that I speak the truth, replied the donkey. Seeing that the donkey was not going to take his advice, the fox decided to save himself. Chachaji, he said, wait for a while. I will go out and keep watch for the guard. Once I have gone, you can sing to your heart's content. I will warn you if the guard comes. The fox then ran away from the farm before the donkey would begin his loud, harsh singing. The guard was already keeping a lookout for the animal that had been stealing the cucumbers. As soon as he heard the donkey singing, he ran towards him and beat him until he fell unconscious. Once upon a time, the donkey recovered and dragged himself out of the farm to where the fox was waiting for him. So, Chachaji, you didn't heed my warning. I see you have got your reward. Congratulations, said the fox, laughing. Please leave me to grieve over my stupidity, groaned the donkey in a grumpy voice. When the washerman found the donkey, he was very angry. What am I to do with a wounded donkey? He said, and hurried away. It was foolish of me to have ignored advice from a good friend. Now I am suffering dearly for my mistake, said the donkey.
Opportunity is all around us. But
Grammarly! Okay, guys, that was the end of that one. Okay, wait, was it? I don't know. I forgot. Okay, guys, so what was the does anyone know the summary of the whole story?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So there was a donkey and there was a fox, and they became good friends. And then they soon found a cucumber field. And week after week after week after week, they started to eat the cucumbers from the farm. And then I'm guessing that the farmer owner dude probably noticed. And then there was a guard. And then one night on a full moon, the donkey cringily said, "Wow, it's a full moon. I'm gonna sing." And then started singing "Row, row, row your boat." And then he got beat up by the guard who was watching, while the fox ran away safely, but the fox warned him. So yeah, and then a washman came over and found him and yada yada yada, and then whatever. Something. Oh my! What?
Okay, that was very good. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, guys, that was basically it.
Yeah.
I think we're done. Yeah, guys, we're done. Okay, we're done.
So Lily asked one of them which is their most favorite story today.
Okay. Zelda, what was your favorite story?
My favorite story is the donkey.
Okay. Lana, which one was your favorite story?
My favorite story was the Jaka Tales.
Okay. Kaya, what's your favorite story?
The talking donkey.
Okay.
Ask them why.
Oh, why? Okay. Sophie, which one's your favorite story?
I like the Jaka Tales one
Why did you like that one better than the other one?
because basically the Jaka Tale has like more to summarize.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. Who else? Oh. Ethan, which one was your favorite story?
The Jaka Tales, because they started singing "Row, row, row your boat" out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then last two girls sitting next to each other.
The Jaka Tales because when the donkey sings, it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, that's good, guys. Okay. Can I do Maya?
We'll do May I, okay?
So you want to go first?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. May I be strong? May I be strong? May I have a positive life? May I have a positive life? May I have a good? May I be good? May I be good? Zelda.
Is that it? Oh, yep.
Yeah, maybe.
All MacBook.
No?
I can do "May our parents."
Okay, go ahead.
May our parents be happy.
May our parents be happy.
May our parents have a good life.
May our parents have a good life.
May our parents be wealthy.
May our parents be healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then who's gonna do May our weekend?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
May our weekend be happy. May our weekend be happy. May our weekend be fun.
May our weekend be fun.
May our weekend last long.
May our weekend last long.
Okay, I want to say thank you to Lily 3 times. 1, 2.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you, Lily. Bye.